Hey Bees, I'm Marie from Humblebee and Me, and today we are kicking off the holiday 2019 making season with a cold processed soap, which is also introducing our very first holiday 2019 theme, which is cranberry orange. So here they are, some beautiful bars of cranberry orange cold processed soap. Every year in the run-up to Christmas, I select 2 holiday themes and then create a bunch of giftable DIY projects around those themes. So the first one for 2019 is cranberry orange. As part of this theme, you will be seeing some lovely cranberry and orange type ingredients. So cranberry seed oil is going to feature fairly heavily, and you can pick that up from Essential Wholesale, and I've even got a discount code for you, so make sure you're checking the blog for that. You'll also see ingredients like cranberry seeds and colorants that give that gorgeous cranberry-y hue. So everything from pinkish clays to carmine to micas to dyes that have that beautiful color. For that orange element, you'll be finding ingredients like orange essential oil, orange wax, orange hydrosol, and of course, orange type pigments, colorants, micas, etc. for that orangey color note. This soap is scented with a hefty dose of orange essential oil, and then there's also some cranberry seed oil in the fat blend. The top is decorated with a bit of a mohawk studded with cranberry seeds, and then a very generous dusting of gold mica. As you can see, the body of the bars has a beautiful swirl going on, and we get our color from a couple different micas, and then the pale yellowy bit in the center. That color is just the color that we get from using orange essential oil as our sole scent. It's quite an orange essential oil, so it does lend some color to the batter. I'd say this is a fairly intermediate soap. We're basically going to be bringing it to a fairly light trace and then dividing the batter into 3, coloring it, 2 parts of it, leaving 1 part uncolored, pouring that into our mold, and then doing a bit of a hanger swirl. And so I have used a Night Eyes gear tie for my hanger swirl tool, and I find that those work really, really well. Because this batter is on the softer side, I recommend making these no later than probably early to mid-November if you're planning on giving them out around Christmas time. Come on, let's get started. All right, so here we are. Before we dive into making the soap, I just want to kind of go through what I have laid out here. So in this pot, I have our fat mixture, and it has been melted and cooled until totally room temperature, and then reheated ever so slightly just to ensure that the oils are clear, because if this cools fully to what passes for room temperature in my home, it does get a bit cloudy. So it's just slightly above room temperature for me, where everything is transparent. We have our sodium hydroxide solution here. We have 2 extra containers so that we can blend up our different colors. We have our essential oils. We have kaolin clay, titanium dioxide, an orange mica, and a red mica, all of which have been pre-dispersed in olive oil. I can see that the red mic is kind of falling off screen, so there it is. We have our mold here, and that has been lined with parchment paper. I've got our hanger swirling tool, and so this is a gear tie, one of their sort of heftier ones. I find they work brilliantly for this sort of thing. And then just off screen, I have some paper towels and some extra spatulas so that they're there if I need them. And then of course, our immersion blender. So we're going to begin by blending the kaolin clay into the fats. Once the clay is blended in, we are going to add our sodium hydroxide solution. And for full details on things like superfat and water discount, please read the blog post, which is linked in the description box below this video. We're now going to bring this to a thin trace. Now that we're at a thin trace, we are going to add our essential oils. And again, full details about what's going on in this little beaker are on the blog, linked in the description box below this video. I'm going to do a pretty quick a light little hanger swirl because we got quite a lot of intermixing with the pour. I'm gonna go down most of the way to the bottom, scoop up, and then kind of just repeat over here, and then do roughly the same thing on this side. Now before we wrap up, I do want to sculpt the top up a little bit, dust it with some mica, and top it with some cranberry seeds, but you can kind of see from watching the spatula move across there that this is far, far, far too liquidy to do anything vaguely sculpty with at this point in time, so I'm going to leave it for a wee while so it can thicken and set up a bit, and then we can come back and decorate the top. All right, so it has been about 10 minutes and I just kind of started the cleanup process for this soap and gathered our topping ingredients. Here in this little dish we have some cranberry seeds. They're a beautiful red color. We'll be using these quite sparingly since they are a very, very effective exfoliant. So we'll just be using them to decorate the top. And then in this dish we have some gold mica, and we have a sieve to dust the top of the soap with the mica. That's a nice thorough coating, and now we're going to kind of put some seeds along our mohawk here. And I'm just going to kind of come along with the back and the tip of my spoon and just kind of gently pat them into the soap just a wee bit, trying not to disturb anything too much so that they hopefully stick around through a bit of use. All right, so that is that for the making part. So now we just need to leave this to saponify before slicing it and seeing how it turned out. All right, so it has been about 3 days, and we're gonna take this out of the mold and cut it up and see how it turned out. And there we go. So we just made some beautiful cranberry orange Christmas soap. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, and please remember to check out the description box below this video for more information, including the details on the fat blend and links to this post on my blog where you'll find the full written instructions plus links to places to purchase all of the ingredients. I'm so thrilled with how these swirls turned out. I think these bars just look absolutely royal in their colors and the swoops and swirls, and I'm just quite delighted. So I'm going to leave these to age for at least 3 to 4 weeks before gifting and using. But yeah, thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.